Welcome to Increase, where it is my task to increase, illustrate, and inundate you with information, knowledge, and overall help cause you to think. And I'm your host, Alpheus Gibbs Sr. Hey, what's up, good people? Listen, you guys are tuned into Increase. I'm your host, Alpheus Gibbs. Man, I appreciate you guys for hanging out with your boy one time for the one time. You know what I mean? We have an amazing show lined up for you. I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been rocking with me, from the beginning. I'm truly appreciative of you. As we just continue to try to put out content, put out things that I feel like is relevant and relatable to your everyday life. I came across a podcast that my brother is doing, and I just want to shout him out, and I want you guys to check him out. It's called a truly candid podcast, conversation with friends. Listen, you guys need to check out his podcast. I'm going to put a link in the description, and a link in the comment section. But you guys truly need to go and check him out. Amazing podcast. Is streaming on all podcasts, streaming services, Spotify, Apple podcasts, everything. So I want you guys to check him out. Check out the people that he's bringing on. He's really speaking some things that even I myself can't really speak on, but he's able to share, information and share, his point of view and his friend's point of view that only they can do it. And so I'm just appreciative of him putting out, a body of work that is worth sharing. You know what I'm saying? Again, I want you guys to go and check out a good friend of mine. She has a clothing line, and I just love her work. I love her. I'm just pulling up her information now because I want to make sure that I say it correctly. But I just want to, put her out there. She does Mobillionairez, like t-shirts and hats and things like that. So I definitely want to let you guys know about her, and I'm gonna put her. It's called Mobillionaire Way, and I'll link all of her information, not only in the description but also in the comment section. I want you guys to check them out. She does amazing work, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. I love her shirts. You know how sometimes you buy shirts and they fade over time or whatever, and like the cotton just really don't feel that great. You don't have that issue. So I love it. I appreciate, the work and stuff that she's putting out there, and getting her brand out there. To my coach, man, Coach Will. This guy is a beast. You hear me? Beast, beast. He is a beast. And what I'm saying? He has a thing called the sauce, secret sauce, where he just teaches and coaches, people who want to be speakers. So his information will be in just the same. So I just want to shout out my people. What I'm saying? Y'all know my wife, my beautiful wife. She has her brand, Tiffany Natasha. We're working on some things with her. And so God is just really doing some things. If you need, your church is in need of something, what I mean? Hit me up. I got some people that can help you out with that. And it's just it's just so much, man. It's so much. And I'm gonna link all of that in the description just the same. That's D&K Audio and Tech Solutions. So your church or even you personally, you need some audio done in your home or in your business or even in your church. D&K Audio and Tech Solutions is your people. So listen, today's topic, is truly, one that's gonna finish up our talk about relationships and really I wanted to end it this way with this. And it's talking about a better me, right? Oftentimes when we think about relationships, it's always about the other person. But what is your relationship like with yourself, right? Like, really think about it. What is your relationship like with you? Like, because sometimes we think that we know ourselves and we really don't. Some of the things that we like, our food, places that we go, is not really because of us, but because of relationships that we've been a part of. And you really haven't explored who you are and what you like. What it is that's on your mind that says, this is authentically me. This is like me at my core. If I was to ask 5 of your friends, give me one word to describe you, would those words resonate with you and go, you know what, I agree with that. I feel like this will be me. Or you be like, oh, I didn't even think that about myself. So we really got to kind of explore the mindset that we have about ourselves. How do you feel about yourself? What are you saying about yourself? When you're by yourself or even when you're in a crowd of people, right? What are you saying about you? When you enter into a room, are you feeling self-conscious? Are you really looking at yourself as in, I belong here, or I'm in a group of strangers, or I'm really uncomfortable? I'm only, I'm in and out and I'm gone. So today I just wanted to bring that up to you. Being a better you. Sometimes you got to just chill for a minute, sit back and figure out what it is that I like. What it is that I like to eat. Where would I like to go? Write out that bucket list. No matter what the economy is and no matter what your job status is right now, you can always find a way and figure out a way to get where you want to go and to get what you want. It's really all about your mindset and how you're going to get there. And I want to share with you the fact that many times we shortchange ourselves, but we give our all to other people. And what end up happening is that you come to a place in your life where you feel like you ain't accomplished nothing. You feel like all this work I've been doing and all these people I've been loving on, and they haven't even brought it back to reciprocation. They haven't even brought it back to me. So I've been giving and giving and giving. I've been doing and doing and doing. But the truth of the matter is, I have nothing. I took the bricks that I should have been building my house with, I built other people's houses with. And, instead of you being there for your kids, you were there for other people's kids. And so, even though your children love you, the truth of the matter is that you just as much as an absentee parent as some other people who dealt with absentee parents. Just because you're there in the physically doesn't mean that you're there mentally, doesn't mean that you're there spiritually. And so you got to have that question, you got to have that conversation with yourself. What is it about me? What is it that I want? Where do I want to go? Where do I see myself? You know what I mean? Like when you were a kid, they used to ask the question all the time, what do you want to be when you grow up? Here's my question to you. your 20 you, 30-year-old you, 40-year-old you, whatever your age is. What are you going to be when you grow up? When you grow up from the mindset that I got to please other people. What are you going to be when you finally wake up and realize that you don't have a whole lot of time on this earth, and so you got to make the most of it and the best of it. Because here's the thing, tragedy is going to come all the time. Things are going to always be happening in this world. Someone's going to always be suffering. You're going to always be going through something. Somebody's always going to be talking about you. People are not going to like you for whatever the reason, all of that other nonsense. But at the end of the day, the question is, all right, what are you going to do? Are you going to give energy to it, attention to it, all of that? Or are you going to back up and go, listen, that's whatever they got going on, that's between them and them. That's between them and whatever situation. I refuse to get suckered into it. I refuse to get sucked into the vortex of people pleasing. I'm tired of it. I'm too old for that. Whatever. You don't like me? Cool. I'm going to do what I got to do. You know how many people spend their life never going to certain restaurants because the previous relationships that they've been in, they went to their relationship and so they have like this bad memory or this bad vibe about it. When the truth of the matter is that you're afraid that you're going to see that person there and you don't know how you're going to react. So every time you ride by it, you start getting butterflies and you start feeling and you start getting anxiety. And for some, it triggers a panic attack. It's not that you don't like the place. It's because you're afraid that you're going to see that person. You don't know how you're going to react. And so you live your life feeling like you're out of control. And so what happens to you mentally and spiritually, it begins to manifest itself physically. And when those things happen, it begins to affect your health. So you start eating bad. You know what I mean? Like there is a difference between, oh, I eat a bag of chips here and there, or ice cream here and there, whatever, and you actually just saying, you know what, I want to live and eat better. And you go like to the farmer's market and you getting like fresh fruits and vegetables. You're out here. I'm not telling you to be a vegetarian or whatever, but you're really being conscious about what you put into your body. You're being conscious not only what you eat physically, but you're also very conscious of what you watch. You know what I'm saying? You're not into that. You know, there was upon a time you was into all of the reality shows and stuff, but then you really got to realize that you start talking like those people. You start sounding ignorant. You start getting those people attitude. They're playing a character. That's not who they are in real life. They go there, that's a job. They go get a check and they bounce. That's not who they are. At the end of the day, they're just like politicians. In front of the camera, they hate each other. Behind the camera, they love each other. They going to each other's parties. They're having a good time. They're vacationing together. They're doing all kind of stuff that you will never see, you'll never know about. But when they're in front of the camera, they're at work and they're doing what they're supposed to do, which is, you know, kind of dumb down to society, right? So the question is like, are you going to be a better you? Are you going to be like, listen, I'm going to increase my podcast watching or listening, and I'm going to start reading more books. Expand my cultural mind, begin to understand different cultures and people, and I want to travel. So what people say about a certain place may or may not be true, or it may be true for their experience and the time that they went. But I want to experience it for myself. I want to go outside of where I'm comfortable and go places that I thought I'd never go. And it really takes a different kind of mindset. It takes you getting over some things that has happened in your life, because you can't change the past. You can't change how people treat you or how people feel about you. The only thing you can change is your behavior. You can change how you feel. You can change what you think. And all of those things take time. It takes practice. It takes work. It takes dedication. And so my question is, are you dedicated to you? Are you dedicated to being your best self? Are you dedicated to being that kind of person that says, I'm forever evolving? Do you think that you're worth it? Like, do you think you're worth the evolution to be better? Because you may think right now that you got your life all mapped out and playing together and everything is good and great. But there's somebody who could point out and say, hey, you could increase in this, or, you can minimize this, or mitigate this altogether and come out with an even greater result. We all have areas of opportunity. We all have areas wherein we could be better, we can do things differently. But it starts with a desire to be better. It's one thing to be mentally, okay, I'm ready to make some changes. It's something else to, okay, you want to start exercising more. It's something different when you begin to look at yourself and go, I'm worth it. I'm worth everything that this world has to offer that's positive and good. That, yes, I know that they're going to be, people who are going to be angry and going to try to hurt, not only myself, people I love, people I don't even know. But it's something else when I say I'm going to live the life to be the change that I want to see in the world. That I'm going to do everything possible that the relationships that I'm in are so authentic and genuine that it gives the people who I'm in a relationship with an extra layer of freedom. Sometimes our freedom is a threat to other people, and sometimes our freedom spills over and gives other people freedom. And so the better that you treat yourself, the better you begin to make decisions and choices that will not just benefit your right now, but begin to help build and be a part of your legacy, be a part of who you truly are. You'll begin to attract a different crowd of people. You'll begin to have a thirst and a taste for things that are so much greater than where you are. And so I think a lot of times we oftentimes have said that I'm being selfish if I put me first, or I'm being selfish if I do this for me. Do you know, like, so many people are friends with you, but they secretly want to tell you that you need to go on a vacation? Like, you've been working all of this time and you've never taken a vacation, and you think that you're doing everything great, but your body needs that rest. Your mind needs to unplug, not just from social media. It needs to unplug from the day to day. It needs to unplug from the people that you're so accustomed to talking to every day. Sometimes you just need to go away, turn your phone off, turn off all the other electronics. Don't even pick up a book, but just enjoy the scenery. Enjoy your surrounding. Look at the splendor and the beauty of where you are, and really just unwind. Like, that is healing all by itself. My God had said, that's right, take care of yourself. Absolutely. You really need to take that moment and just chill. Like, look at how the wind blows and the grass moves, and see if you can find, at what point does the grass turn a different shade of green. Look up at the clouds and really look at all of the clouds are really not on the same level, that there are multiple levels of clouds, and really just enjoy it. Enjoy the smell of the surroundings and where you are. Hear the rhythmic patterns of water, if you're on the beach, or just how people walk in step and in rhythm. It's so much to be enjoyed, but you just unwind, and then from there you'll find yourself really just unwinding, and taking all of the things that you have gone through, and just let it just wash away, let it just flow away. That's really what it is when it comes time to being a better you. Because you can eat the best of foods. I mean, you can really, really, if you're gonna eat meat, you find a farmer who has, grass-fed cows and free-range chicken and all of this other stuff, and you eating fresh fruits and vegetables. I mean, to the point where they just literally picked it out of the ground. But if your mind and your spirit is so filled with just pain and sorrow and agony and stress and sadness and disappointment, ungratefulness, bitterness, hatefulness, resentment, envy, jealousy, pride, none of that stuff will matter, because your health is still going to be down the toilet. Sometimes we just got to go and just be away and become that better person, that better version of you. I share with my wife, I'm pushing toward, every day I strive to be a better husband, a better father, a better pastor, a better servant, Like, I desire to be a better me. And I gotta and on that path, everybody's not going to understand every move that you make or even the subtle moves that you make. But you got to make those decisions, and you gotta begin to go, if I don't do this now, the question isn't when, the question becomes, when will you when will you find it within yourself to say that you're worth it? Because your friends won't see the good in you anymore, because you'll be so filled with sadness and bitterness that everything that you do, it won't be to its fullest potential. That that everything that you put your hands to, it could prosper, but it's not going to go to its fullest extent. It's not going to be what it could be. And you don't want to live that kind of a life. When you leave here, you want to leave this earth with no regrets, because even in the places where you had regret, you did everything you could to make up for it. So in essence, you leave this earth empty. You leave it having given everything, having been the best version of you, the healthiest version of you, because you realize that at the end of the day, I was worth it. The people who are connected to me are worth it. You know what I'm saying? That's really the name of the game. It's being a better me. And sometimes being a better me means that I got to cut some things out of my life. That may mean that I need to get off my behind and really put forth a great effort. Cause like children, sometimes our children, they'll call your name and they trying to show you something, and they like, look, see what I did, and you look at them and you go, oh, that's wonderful, and everything on the inside of you says, I know that there's more in you, but you got to know that it's in you, and so you try to create scenarios and things so that they can see what's always been inside of them the entire time, and I think that's kind of how God does us. He allows us to go through various things to show what's really inside of us, to show the greatness, to show the genius, to show the love, to show the compassion, the patience, to show the joy that's truly inside of us. But our perspective on things doesn't allow us to show up fully. So we go and we do things just enough, and we try to get people attention and tell them, "Oh, look, see what I did," but you really didn't put forth a lot of effort. We really haven't tested our boundaries to see exactly how far we can truly go, to see how many questions that we can really answer. When you are being a better you, better me, right? It is so it is so free. I said this to my brother, and I wasn't really even in prayer. I was just, sitting on the side of the bed. I'm on Facebook and I'm watching videos. And when on Facebook, if you like one video, it just shows you all kind of videos that's on the same topic or whatever. And so I'm watching these people go fishing. And as they're fishing, it's brought to my attention how the genius of a fish, no matter how big or small they are, they put up a huge fight when you are fishing, and you catch a fish, they get them on a hook, and it begins to bend that rod. I mean, it look like it's gonna snap it, and it can, if it depend on how big it is or how strong or weak your rod is. And so I'm watching this, and I'm thinking about, and it comes to me, that fish, when it's in the water, is expressing its genius, its ability to navigate its own environment and use it to its advantage, to really show its brilliance, because it's in its element. And I believe the Lord just says to me, just think how great you would be if you were in your element. Just think how great you would be if you finally just start detoxing, so to speak, for lack of better words. you start detoxing. You start getting rid of everything that's not for you, that's not helpful to you, everything, and then you get into your element. And no matter what happens, we could just see your genius. I mean, go snorkeling and just watch fish. Just watch them as they navigate through predators and their own the area and stuff. It's beautiful. And it's no different than when you watch someone who is in their element. They're in their zone. They're in their thing. It's like the problems that may come up is nothing because they're in their environment. When you get to your better you, when you just say, you know what, I'm gonna live the best life I know how. I'm gonna take the vacations. I'm gonna take the risk. I'm gonna do everything that I feel like I'm big and bad enough to do because I am that guy. I am that girl. You know what I'm saying? And you get into your zone, man, you'll find yourself like Prince. They talk about how he could get into the studio and crank out song after song after song because it was just so much in him. But he was such a genius of music. They talk about that with Stevie Wonder. They talk about that with Ray Charles and just different other people when they are in their zone. When you look at Elon Musk and he's in this development stages of crafting something, when you look at a Warren Buffett and he's looking over paperwork and things, he is in his zone. You're right. Everything just flows. It's a streamline. It moves different. It takes on a mind of its own. It's like I heard them when they interviewed Lil Wayne, and he said, "Man, when I've listened to a bunch of beats, and I'm just in that place mentally." He said, "Man, I could just go into the booth, and they play the beat, and I just rap over every beat they give me because I'm just like in this place. I'm in this space. And when you are in your best place, when you are a better you, I'm telling you, man, things just begin to flow. It's like you don't even want it to stop. It's like the muse in you just begins to overflow, and you find the joy in the most minute of things, but the genius of who you are just begins to ooze out of you, and those who are around you just stand in awe of how wonderful and how magnificent you are at what you are doing. And those who are on your side are cheering you on internally because they don't want to verbally throw you off, but they just want you to go and do and be bigger and better and greater. And they're like, yes, this is what we've been talking about. This is what I've seen. But you got to begin to do the work. And it took time for them to develop their own voice and recognize and understand their genius. And when you are studying yourself to be better, you'll stop making excuses for your shortcomings and go, listen, this is who I am. I'm not saying it's good or even great. This is my shortcoming. I outsource my shortcomings so that I can relish, so that I can cultivate, so that I can mature, so that I can focus on my genius, on my area of expertise. Mark Cuban talks about that. He says, "You listen, I know that I'm great at one thing and one thing only." And when he talks about it, you can just see the light in his eyes. You can just tell. It gives you goosebumps because you know he's in his element and he's able to take his skill set and just do magnificent things. And here's the thing: for so long, many of you have said, I'm overweight and I'm tired and I'm this and I have this and I don't have the education and I don't have a computer or I don't have this. But I'm telling you, when you finally get to the place where you say, come hell or high water, I'm going to be the best me that I can be, and you begin to go, I want to live and not die. I'm not going to be sick any longer. I'm just gonna do whatever I need to do, be the best me that I can be. Watch what I mean, God Almighty. just watch how things just begin to flow for you. My God, Dad, I love him dearly. Man, this guy, when he gets tuned in, it's like everything he wants goes on sale. I'm like, oh my God. My friend Angie, who runs Mobillionaire Way, I'm telling you, it's like when she gets in the zone, all of a sudden everybody starts wanting to order from her. I mean, it's like it's magnificent, and I'm just so happy. I'm like, I be sitting on the edge of my seat going, yes, go, 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 go. Like, just don't stop. I don't care what time of the day or night it is. Like, just go, just do it, go. Because you've seen them transition through trial and tribulation and problems. And you're like, yo, I want you to make it. I want you to win. And I want you to win big. And it's not about me being less than, because I celebrate their genius. I celebrate their growth. I celebrate who they are. And it doesn't take it away from me. It adds to me because I'm connected to them. And when you are a better you can genuinely celebrate people. You can genuinely go, listen, that's your lane. I'm not even trying to get in it. Do you do it? I'm here to support you. What do you need from me? What do you want me to share something? I'll share it. What do you need from me? I'll do it. Whatever it is, whatever it takes, I'll do it because I want you to win. And I want you to win big. That is the name of the game. That overflow, that spillover effect, that is so wow. I mean, just think, right? I know I know we've been on a good little minute, but just think for a minute. If you could get 5 people, 5 of your friends, 5 of your family members, whoever, 5 people who all have different skill set, different levels of expertise, and everybody was just in their zone. And while one is working on one, everybody else is cheering them on, supporting them, whatever. How much could you get done? How much of a better you would be, right? I look at it. I have some friends that when they travel, they always travel in groups, and I always used to go, "Why all of these people like traveling together?" And then I start really breaking down the friendship dynamic. One is in the restaurant industry, the other is in the hotel, one is in travel, one they're all in their various areas. And so when it's time for them to go on a trip, they all pull from their own areas of expertise, and they mesh it together, and they achieve some of the most greatest pictures of vacations and vacation spots. And I go, wow, man, that's dope. Like, who would have thought to do something like that? And so I'm saying that to say this. You have friends, but you need to look at it and go, why are they in my life? I'm not, we have history, we got, whatever. But then go, am I helping them to achieve their goals and get them to where they need to go, as well as me going, them doing the same for me? But then also in me looking at them and their genius, is it inspiring me to get better? Is it inspiring me to grow and to mature and to take risk and be all that I can be? Because that in and of itself gives a understanding to the relationship that you have. And this podcast, this episode today is really about relationship, but it's about the relationship between you and you, between me, myself, and I. Because when I have a good relationship with me, I'm in tune with my inner genius. I'm in tune with, who I am and what I'm supposed to be doing, my purpose, my destiny. Guess what? Man, you can't help but to attract some of the most dopest, illest, most gifted, talented, anointed people on this planet. And when you guys get together, magic happens. I mean, blessings flow. Everything just begin to snap into place. And it doesn't mean that things aren't going to come up. It's going to be frustrating or going to go awry. But guess what? When you guys get together, you put your minds to it, you overcome that challenge, and you begin to press and move forward. And your relationship between you and you is the most important, one of the most important relationships that you can have. Next to your relationship with God, your relationship with yourself is one of your greatest relationships. And so when you begin to work on that, when you begin to become a better you, watch how things begin to just formulate in your life. So I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you, look within. I want to encourage you to take that vacation. I want to encourage you to take that risk. Do what seemed to be impossible and make it possible, because you are so worth it. Your children are worth it. Your family is worth it. Everything that you have gone through has brought you to this very moment. And now's the time for the transition. Now's the time for the switch. And you can do it. It's in you. It's always been in you. Don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. Make the switch, make the shift, and watch how things happen for you. Listen, this has been Increase. I appreciate each and every one of you. Like, comment, and share. Like, comment, and share this. We're not only live on Facebook, we're also live on YouTube just the same. And I'm gonna try to make sure that I link all of everyone's information, D&K Solutions, Mobillionaire Way, and even the podcast. I want to make sure that I shout them out. If you need anything, I'm telling you, check these people out. They're doing amazing things. They're making it happen. They're showing you that there is a way. You're not stuck. You just need someone to point you in the right direction. And I'm telling you, with one of these guys, they will help you along the way. Again, thank you so very much for all of your time. And you guys have an amazing week. And I'll see you here on Monday, right here on Increase.